Good morning, dear students of class 4. Are you ready for the next chapter? Very good. Today we'll be doing EVS-1, Lesson 4, Water Safe for Drinking. Now students, in the last lesson number 3, we have seen different methods of storing water. Before we go ahead, we should always keep in mind, water is precious gift to man. So we must inculcate good habits in order to use water economically. So students, in this lesson, water safe for drinking, we will be doing a number of interesting activities. Are you ready to try? Okay. Let's take a glass full of water. Add a spoonful of sugar to it and stir it with a spoon. Have you seen the change that took place? Sugar disappears upon stirring. This means that it dissolves in water. Now students, let's repeat this example with different things. Let's perform the experiment with common salt, honey, washing soda, powdered alum, sand, wheat flour, sawdust, turmeric powder and some oil. Now tell me students, what do you observe? Yes, we see that some substances have dissolved completely while some substance did not dissolve. Now just tell me students, which substances have dissolved? Sugar, what, salt, washing soda, powdered alum, honey, they have dissolved, that is, they have disappeared in the water. And the substances which does not dissolve are sand, wheat flour, sawdust, turmeric powder and oil. Now student, let's see a new term. What is a solution? When a substance dissolves in water, a mixture of that substance and water is formed. This mixture is called solution of that substance. Now we have seen sugar plus water becomes a sweet solution. Salt plus water becomes salty solution. Now students, look at the slide. You can see a beaker which has blue part in it, which is water, and we call it solvent. And we have got the yellow particles, we call it solute. It may be sugar or salt. And when this solvent and solute, they both mix with each other, we get a solution. So keep in mind, when a substance dissolves in water, a solution is formed. And when a substance do not dissolve in water, no solution is formed. Now students, look at the picture. What do you see? Yes, a person is hospitalized. And if someone gets loose motion, we give them a solution of salt and sugar to drink. This solution is called ORS or oral rehydration solution. A patient in the hospital is sometimes put on saline, that is, on a solution of salt in water. Sometimes other medicines may also be given through saline. So student, These are the examples of useful solutions. Now students, let us know some interesting facts. Let us see how much water is there on. Water is found mostly in oceans, seas, gulfs, bays, lakes and rivers. This watery part of the earth is called the hydrosphere. Now you have come to know that 97% of water on the earth is unfit for human consumption and remaining only 3% is fresh water, which is used by plants, animals and human beings. Next fact is about groundwater. Water of different wells may have different taste. Why is that so? Some substances from the ground dissolve in the water and they give taste to the well water. But if there is nothing dissolved in water, water has no taste. What do you see? Oh, I hope you all like drinking Pepsi Cola, soda. Yes, children? Okay, now let's know something about this. When you drink these drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, soda, as soon as you remove the lid of the bottle, bubbles fizz out. And that is because to make this soda water, a gas called carbon dioxide is dissolved in the water under pressure. Now students, let's try this. Fill a large container with water. And now let's collect different articles. Let's go to the school bag and the compass box. Take a plastic ruler, an eraser, a pencil, a sharpener, a rubber band and the compass. Let's go to the kitchen and ask Mama to give us some things. A steel spoon, a plastic spoon, some groundnut shells, an iron nail, a screw, a coin. And let's go into the garden outdoor and bring some stones, little twigs, leaves, soil. Let's put all these things into the beaker, which you can see in the picture. What do you see? The eraser, sharpener, steel spoon, nail, screw, stones, coin, the compass and the soil sink in the water while the other things float. What does this tell us? That something float on water while some things sink in it. So the things that float are lighter and the things that sink are heavier than water. Now student, as we conclude, what do you see in the picture? The ball is floating because it is lighter than water. The boat also is floating because it is lighter than water. But you can see a rock, it has sunk into the water because it is heavier than water. Now try this. Oh, all 4th standard students have become young scientists. Now let's try this. Take some muddy water in a big beaker. If you don't find muddy water, then you can make water muddy by adding soil, pieces of dry twigs, leaves, etc. to the water. And now what we will do, we'll allow this beaker to stand still for 4 to 5 hours. And after 4 to 5 hours, what do you see? We can see 3 glasses, student. First one is a muddy water. Second one, the water which is holded into a hand of a person. You can see it little clear. And then the third one is much more clearer than the first and second. What we see is the particle of soil sink in the water and they form a layer or sediment at the bottom. But twigs and little rubbish, they float on the water. It takes a long time for the sediment to form. What does this tell us? Particles of soil are heavier than water. But because they are very small, they take a long time to settle at the bottom of the water. Leaves, twigs, etc. are lighter than water. Now the water appears much cleaner and transparent than it was. Students, let's try this. Take a piece of alum and spill it once in the water in the first beaker. Leave this beaker undisturbed for 2 to 3 hours. Now look into the picture, student. You can see those crystals are of alum. And then when you add this alum to the water, it helps in making the water clear. It helps the soil particles to settle down. Now what do you see after some time? The particles floating in water slowly settle to the bottom and the water in the upper part becomes transparent. The twigs and straw, they still keep floating on the water. Now student, let's try and see what does this tell us. Swirling of alum in water helps the soil particle in the muddy water to settle down. Now students, we will take the third experiment. What do you see in the picture? We see a jar and a cloth is tied to it. You can also put a tea strainer and then you can pour the water, the dirty water, that is muddy water. And now children, you can see that this is the traditional method of purifying water. Your mother, your grandmother, and in the ancient times, water was always purified by tying a cloth and then straining the water. So we can see that when you pour the water, all the impurities will settle on the cloth or on the tea strainer. Now, we'll conclude that we have seen 3 methods to make water clean and transparent. First one was settling, that is keeping the water undisturbed and allowing it to settle. Second one was swirling of alum, which helps the floating particle to settle down. And third one we just now saw, that is filtration. Fine cloth removes the sediment from the water. The water looks clean and transparent. Now students, let us conclude. The water obtained by such process may be clean and transparent, but not safe. So for the safe drinking water, we have to do many more different things. Now students, we have finished the video for today and we will continue with the rest of the chapter in the next video. Students, read the lesson and write the new words. Thank you.